From Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, The Boys, and The Mandalorian, if you want a coolly intelligent antagonist, then Giancarlo Esposito is your go-to bad guy.
It's beautiful, amigo.
And that's exactly what the developers behind the latest Far Cry game have done.
They will answer you with screams.
In the absence of the annual video games giant trade show E3, companies like the one behind Far Cry, Ubisoft have resorted to online events in order to promote upcoming titles. It was at the recent Ubisoft Forward showcase that it revealed Esposito has been cast as a dictator called Anton Castillo, ruler of the fictitious island Yara in the first-person shooter Far Cry 6. The player assumes the role of a guerrilla fighter, attempting to take down the dictator and his government from the island's jungles to the streets of its capital city. I spoke with the actor about donning a performance capture rig to create a villain who is more than a scenery-chewing end-of-level boss. You've played several characters in recent years who've had a quiet menace about them. Did you bring that to this game, or have you gone in another direction?
I always believe that quiet menaces and reflective menace is the most frightening menace.
So you tell me.
Well, yeah, he's a dictator. So, look, that the whole word to dictate, it's so the word itself doesn't actually, give us the energy of someone who is kind and and gentle.
And are you a monster?
Good art often makes us think about our world and what's going on in our own lives. Do you think that this game has the potential to affect the player in that way?
Oh my goodness, what a great question. I actually do. I feel like this storyline is really powerful. And without giving anything away, it's about relationships, father and son. Everything I feel like I do has some sort of social imprint. My guess is that some of the stuff I thank God I've been involved with Saul and Better Call Saul, of course, another show I do, and Breaking Bad and Godfather of Harlem, statements are in these projects. And certainly there's a statement you can find in this game.
What did you think of the virtual version of you that's been created for the game?
I was blown away. I literally argued with them. I stood there and went, "Oh, you're full of garbage. If that's me, then why don't you just film me?" Like, why? How did we get it?
We all go boom.
We're yet to see any gameplay, but the title's slated for release in February 2021. The online showcase also gave us a glimpse of Hyperscape, another addition to the growing ranks of Battle Royale multiplayer shooters.
I got this.
As well as bringing us actual gameplay from the Viking-themed Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion, demonstrating its key gameplay feature, the ability to recruit and play as any of the characters encountered on the streets of this dystopian near-future London. But recent real-world events in Ubisoft studios and boardroom have cast a shadow over the company's activities.
So over the past couple of weeks, many women and other people working in the games industry have come forward with stories about workplace bullying or harassment, and that runs the gamut from toxic workplace culture right through to sexual harassment. And quite early in this wave of allegations, Ubisoft names started coming up again and again.
This has led to several dismissals and resignations, with 2 senior executives resigning and a third leaving their post just before last weekend's showcase. Ubisoft gave us this statement when asked for comment.
These recent claims describe workplace behaviours that are simply unacceptable. We do not and will not tolerate abuse, harassment or discrimination of any kind. Upon learning of these allegations, we immediately launched independent investigations and have already announced a series of measures aimed at driving profound changes within the company, as well as several significant personnel changes.
There's a problem in a lot of creative industries, not just games, where you have these superstar creative people who are seen as untouchable and who are seen as indispensable to their companies, and sometimes that can create an environment in which those people feel like they can get away with anything. Ubisoft is not the only publisher with workplace problems. Last year, Riot Games came under the spotlight. There was a lawsuit launched against them by ex-employees alleging sexist discrimination at that workplace.
As we approach the next console generation and video games achieve ever greater artistic and technical heights, it seems that the games industry still has work to do in regard to how it conducts its affairs in the real world.